Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Balanced Vibes podcast. This is Kirsten, your host. If you like this podcast and if you have found it valuable, learned something from it, then I would really appreciate if you could leave this podcast a rating and a review if you are if you are listening to it through a podcast app, or if you're watching this on YouTube, please leave a thumbs up if you like this episode and also share it with your friends and family or with anybody who would benefit from this information, because my goal here is to get the word out about this podcast and to help as many women as possible. So today we're going to talk about what are the things that you need to do consistently if you want to change your body and if you want to change your overall health. So this is going to be a pretty a foundational conversation today. What are the things that you have to do? And I wanted to do this right now because the new year is almost here. And of course, a lot of people have new goals and they want to jump on new diets and do things like that. And I want to make sure that you don't do it, but instead you nail the most important things that you have to do. And diets are not here. You're not going to do diets, but there are certain things that need to be done if you really want to transform your overall health. And also the way you look, your physique, how strong you are, or your hormonal health, and all of that. So there are seven points that I want to mention today. And I want to make sure that you stay very, very consistent with these things. This is the only way you can get better. And I see it all the time. The people who are most consistent with the things that I'm going to talk about today will get the best results. And those who are a little bit consistent, kind of, sort of, maybe sometimes, but no, not always, are not going to get quite as good results. Everything takes consistency. Okay, so the first point is to move regularly and get up from your couch. If you have a desk job, get up from there for a little bit, walk daily. Just sit less overall. Okay, so this is for most people. Most people need to hear this message. If your steps are somewhere between 3,000 and 6,000, you have room to improve there. You absolutely do have room to improve there. So just moving more, it is so good for your body. You're going to stretch a little bit, you get your blood circulating a little bit better. And also, if you can go outside, you notice that when you return to your desk, you can think better, you think clearer. And of course, these walks are really important after your meals too. So when you eat, to bring your blood sugar back to pre-meal levels or close to that, walking really helps with that so that your muscles can actually use this energy that you just took in. So getting up and getting moving is super important. And a lot of times people think that they're really active. I'm so active. I train like 4 days a week doing a hard workout, but they barely move. They barely take any steps. So this is really the number one thing that I want you to get really consistent with if you want to improve your health. And I say health because I already mentioned, the blood sugar, and your blood sugar is one of the biggest things that determines your hormonal health as well. And of course, if you have a physique goal, you want to burn a little extra calories, walking is a great way to do it. A lot of times people ask me, should I add some cardio when they start working with me? And, if somebody is a runner or they like to ride their bike, or they have a thing like that they like to do, I'm not going to take it away from them, but also I'm not going to make them do this stuff. Walking is more important than getting, 45 minutes of running several times a week. Walking matters more. Okay, so the next thing that you have to get consistent with is lifting weights 2 to 4 times a week. And again, not just for 1 week or like 2 first months of the year, and then you just throw in a towel because things got difficult. Well, one way to eliminate that things got super difficult is to choose better workouts and to commit to doing a little bit less. So the danger here on January 1st is that, a lot of people think that I'm going to have to commit to 6 or 7 workouts a week, and they have to be high intensity, super hardcore, give it your all type of workouts. And this is it. This is the problem that this is the thing that causes people to fall off, because they just make it bigger than it needs to be. They commit to more than what they need to actually commit to. And then they just get exhausted. It's not sustainable. So instead, do 2 to 4 workouts a week. And you're welcome to get my Train to Build program. It's a fantastic program, and I decided to actually extend it. Originally, it was only for 1 year. So for 1 year, every month, you're going to get new workouts. But now I extended it for as long as there's interest in it, and as long as I feel keep writing new programs every month, it's going to be around. And this is a wonderful program because you're going to do 3 workouts a week. You have your structure, you have your exact sets and reps, you know how much you should rest, and you're not going to overextend yourself. And most people don't need more than 3, maybe 4 workouts a week in order to improve their health and physique significantly. But it has to be a good program. Please stop piecing your workouts together from random YouTube or TikTok videos. One thing this, the other day another thing. This is not how you get in best shape of your life. And also, this is not how you're going to improve your health. In order to improve your health, you have to put on muscle. That will help you to regulate your blood sugar also. So for health purposes, for physique purposes, lift weights 2 to 4 days a week. This is all you need to do. Don't lift weights 6, 7 days a week. Don't do high intensity cardio. It's not necessary for most people. The next thing, third point, is to eat according to your goals. Okay, so first you have to determine your goal. If you really need to lose weight, then you have to be in a deficit for a period of time. And that's not just from like Monday through Friday, and then weekends I do whatever. You have to get consistent with it. You have to follow this plan day after day. This is the only way to get results. Now, if you want to put on muscle, then you have to eat at maintenance or eat a little bit more. The side note here is that new people to lifting and eating healthy, they can actually get both of these wonderful things. They can lose weight and fat, and they can also put on muscle mass simultaneously because they are new. Their body responds to like everything, right? They cut their calories, they start lifting, and they see amazing results. But now, if you're a more advanced lifter, then you have to pick your goal. You have to pick your goal, which way you want to go. If you want to lose weight, then you have to be in a calorie deficit consistently. And if you want to gain weight and put on muscle, you have to be at maintenance or slight surplus also consistently. The next point that is very important is to stop being in a calorie deficit all the time. Okay, just stop it. So many women do it. Your metabolism can never get a break, and it ends up chronically depleted. And if this happens, you just cannot be healthy, period. Like you just cannot be healthy when you do that, when you are eating your 1,500 calories and it's already 6 month and you just keep going. Your metabolism is going to take a toll, and you're not going to feel great. Also, at some point, if you cut your calories even lower because you're not getting results at 1,600 anymore or 1,500, then you're going to cut lower. And what we often see is that body starts doing the opposite. It starts storing more, and here we are gaining more body fat. And then we start thinking, oh my God, should I go on keto? Should I do intermittent fasting? All these things that I talked about 2 episodes ago that I do not recommend active women do. So stay away from this stuff and stay away from dieting all the time. You have to understand that most of your life, really, you should be at maintenance where you're fluctuating very little and you're eating normally. You are not dieting, you're not cutting, you're not restricting. So if you need to lose weight, this is a temporary thing. You're going to be in a calorie cut, yes, temporarily for a few months at a time, but not all the time. It cannot be all the time. It is bad for your health, and it also backfires on you if you think that this is going to be a weight loss method and you're going to keep going forever and ever with it. The next thing that is important to mention is to plan ahead. Okay, if you have a health or body composition goal, then I'll just wing it. This approach is not going to get you there. It's just not going to. I know I tried it before I started working with macros, before I even understood what macros are. This is what I tried. I was like, okay, let's see. I think I'm going to increase my car. What's a car? Oh, how do I do it? It was so random. Or you listen to podcasts like women need more fat. Like, what do you mean more fat? How much more fat? So I didn't even know what I was looking for and how to plan for it. So you have to know what you're looking for and how to plan for it. You cannot wing it. So, for example, you have to be ready to plan your meals out. You have to be ready to do some grocery shopping, even if you feel like, oh, I just don't want to move. I don't want to go anywhere. You have to do it. If you have a goal, this is what you got to do. Plan your groceries out. Also, if you have really hard time finding time during the day when you are going to go and get your walk done, then you have to put that in your calendar too and figure it out. Not to mention workouts. A lot of people have very, very busy lifestyles, and they have to know when this workout is going to happen, or else it's not going to happen. So you have to plan ahead. And also, this is especially important when if you're somebody who is tracking your macros. Let's say you're in a calorie deficit because you want to lose body weight and fat, then you have to plan ahead your days to understand how you're going to meet these goals. Okay, I want you to really understand this because I've had experiences where people don't quite understand how important it is. And then they eat out several times a week, and then they forget to log some things, and they don't know how they're going to get that 140 grams of protein. They have no clue. So this is not how you're going to get there. Everything they take some dedication and planning ahead. The next thing to understand is you have to sacrifice some things, right? If you have health and or physique goal, you can't do some things all the time that are not helping you. For example, but I really want to drink wine 3 days a week. But I really want to eat junk food a couple of times a week. But I really want to stay up super late every night. But I really want to do this and that. But I don't feel like training. You have to make these sacrifices and understand that if you have a goal, then you have to work. You have to put in the work. Like, show me one thing that you have accomplished that didn't require any work and that didn't require any sacrifice. Of course it does. So start seeing it as a way to build discipline, because discipline is actually very empowering. Not like obsessive discipline necessarily, where you have like no breathing room at all. Not like that, but still you need structure. You need a good amount of discipline to stay on top of your goals and sacrificing some things. This is just how it is. And the last thing, if you are tracking macros in order to lose weight or body fat, then eating out more than 3 times a week, also eyeballing and guesstimating your portions, ignoring your meal prep, all these things will actually hold you back and you're not going to get the result that you want. Again, you need some dedication. You need to be on top of things. You can't be just like, oh, let me sign up with this coach and she'll figure it out for me, or just basically thinking that because you signed up it's going to somehow happen. No, it's not going to happen. You have to be accurate with your tracking, with your measuring, we're hitting your numbers consistently. And these are all not only physique things, these are also health things. If you want to change something, you just have to. And none of this is to say that you can't have fun, you can't have joy. No, why would it be this way? Of course you can. You can eat different things. You can have fun ways. How to work out. Your walks can be very enjoyable. You can play around with different recipes. Like you can eat out. You can definitely have like ice cream with your kids if you want to. You can have all these things. You may not be able to have all of these things all the time, every moment, and like in unlimited amounts. There is some sacrifice, like I said, that you have to probably do, and also there are some things like planning ahead and staying disciplined, staying consistent with what you are committing to. So, like I said, New Year's is coming, and I don't want you to do any crazy diets or any of that. And as you saw, I didn't list that you have to do a diet. So diets are just unreasonable. They're not going to work. Instead, just learn to move regularly, lift weights regularly, and make sure that you know how much you should be eating for your goals. But that doesn't mean that you should be eating very, very low calories, not at all. Just think, how can I eat healthier, plan better things, and be accurate with your tracking if you're choosing to do this with macronutrition. And once again, I always see that those who stick with these 7 points, who do them all the time, they're getting amazing results. And those who are not, then they're not getting so amazing results. So we only have to take a look at ourselves, our behaviors, our habits, our consistency. Are these things on point, right? And if they are, then we really should be getting results. And if we truly are in point, but we're not getting results, then we have to troubleshoot, like, what is going on? Why are we not getting results? But you have to take responsibility for your own health. And if you want to change your body composition too, it's your responsibility to take those daily steps every day, all the time, consistently. All right, this is all I have for you today. Shorter episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.